My name is Christian Fredheim and I am a spiritual coach. I've been working as a coach for a number of years, and I've seen that a lot of people are struggling to create balance in body, mind and spirit. Of that reason, I have chosen different kinds of tools, and when it comes to the matter of balance in body, I've chosen the Tao of revitalization. The Tao of revitalization is a tool that can be developed, and what I'm doing here today is based on 5 animal exercises, the 8 directional exercises and the 12 nerve exercises, which means that you can go in deeper if you want to. But I would like to share the possibility, I would like to share the inspiration, and then it's up to you to go into the details. The Tao of Revitalization is written by a guy called Stephen T. Chung, and he is a great guy that I admire quite a lot, and for this reason I would like to show that these are exercises you can perform without being super fit, super strong. It is something that actually suits everybody, everywhere, anytime. And you can do it at home, you can do it at work, you can do it in nature as we have done here today, and I believe it's something for everybody and anyone.
The following session that you are about to see is based on the book The Complete System of Self-Healing Internal Exercises by Dr. Stephen T. Chung and Tao Publishing. The text that you are about to hear is based on the 12th printing of 1995. The Taoists modeled 5 exercises after 5 animals whose movements were proven effective for the healing of human beings. They were the dragon, the tiger, the bear, the eagle, and the monkey. By imitating their characteristic movements, human beings can elevate the imbalanced functioning of their organs, specifically the 5 major organs and their related minor organs. That is possible because the movements of a particular animal stimulate a particular 5-element organ. For anyone who is basically healthy, any of the 5 animal exercises can be used whenever circumstances permit to maintain a balanced physical and emotional state. If a specific problem exists, then one may choose the exercise that deals with the affected organ group or apply what in Taoism is called the mother and child law. The mother and child law, as it applies to the human body, is based upon the interaction between the 5 elements. Each element is the mother of the succeeding element, and, at the same time, the child of the element that precedes it in the cycle, decepting the flow of energy throughout the elements. For instance, earth is the mother of metal and also the child of fire. As energy circulates throughout the body, it passes through each organ and bowel in a well-defined cycle. Each organ or bowel is the mother of the organ of bowel succeeding it on the circuit. This phenomenon is based on the 5-element theory. For example, the lungs support the kidneys, and therefore the lungs are said to be the mother of the kidneys. If the energy within the kidney's child is deficient, stimulating the energy within the lungs, mother, with the eagle exercise results in an automatic increase of energy in the kidneys. According to the mother and child law, here one is treating 2 organs with 1 exercise. By consulting the diagram of influences, figure 3 and 4, and table 2, an exercise or a group of exercises can be selected to suit any need. This is all written on page 54 to 55 if you would like to go in depth on the different issues. In addition to healing and balancing the organs, these exercises also effectively remove tension, stress, anger, and anxiety. According to Taoist theories, stress and tension are the most corrosive enemies of health. Taoists believe that all health problems can be traced to stress and tension, because even with the best foods and medications, stress and tension can so restrict the functions of the organs that none of the nutrients necessary for cell repair, regeneration, or health can be absorbed. The proper use of imagination plays an important part in each of the 5 animal exercises. It has been recognized for centuries that a thought is as much a reality as a material object, and in fact that they are one and the same. They are both forms of energy. When one performs the exercises, one's thoughts must be fixed upon the image of the animal. The exercise must stop the movement, the mind wanders. Also, the miming of the animal's movements must be executed in a free and flowing manner. Never overdo one exercise. If one concentrates too much on the eagle exercise method, for example, one can decrease the liver function would. If you become too relaxed, the nerves will become dulled. But if the liver is overactive, having an augmented energy level, it could be calmed by the eagle exercise. So the key word here is balance. The dragon exercise. For the ancient Chinese, the dragon was a mythical creature which symbolized the yang force of the creative, the dynamic, electrically charged energy manifested in the thunderstorm. The flying dragon was always portrayed as being accompanied by rain, winds, clouds, and lightning. The use of its image was reserved for personal use by the emperor, the son of heaven, as the dragon represented supreme wisdom, power, control, and social effectiveness. The purpose of the dragon exercise is to instill the characteristics of the dragon into the mind and body of the practitioner. This exercise affects the mind by helping to overcome feelings of depression, anger, hostility, and all the anxieties brought on by being overwhelmed by adverse circumstances. For the dragon, flying through the heavens is above all mundane concerns. In some ancient Taoist texts, the dragon exercise appeared under other names. This was a precautionary measure taken to avoid political upheavals. The emperors have forbidden the common people from picturing themselves as dragons, because they would immediately rise up and dislodge the prevailing power. Since a dragon represents the fire element, the physical effect of its exercise is to bring equilibrium to the heart, blood vessels, and absorption in the small intestines. Begin the exercise by standing still, then take a few deep breaths while imagining as vividly as possible that you are a dragon with glowing eyes, open mouth, with fangs, glistening emerald scales, curling tail, paws, splayed showing long claws. Then, raising one foot, assume the pose and character of a dragon. While imagining that your hands are claws, hold one arm up with claws down and hold the other arm down with claws up. As this is not a formalized pose, a certain degree of freedom of expression is allowed within the confines of the image. Hold the pose as long as you can. Hold the image without straining. Repeat as many times as you comfortably can. The most important aspect of this and all the other exercises is the union of the body and the mind. If the image fades or the mind wanders during the pose, stop and begin again. No benefits will be obtained unless the body and the mind are in union. The tiger exercise. While the dragon symbolizes the emperor, the tiger represents the general, a military leader with ambition, knowledge, power, and physical effectiveness, and who protects the imperial throne and enforces the wishes of the emperor. The tiger corresponds to the wood element, so the tiger exercise affects the liver and nerves. The Taoists believe the structure of the nervous system is like a potted plant which sprouts from the liver. The tiger exercise is useful in overcoming the adverse mental state of the anxiety or hostility, ineffectualness, and lack of ambition. These adverse mental attitudes are believed to result from metabolic imbalances caused by liver dysfunction. This exercise is recommended for healing and detoxifying the liver, to soothe inflamed nerves, to balance gallbladder functions, and to detoxify the brain and body cells. The tiger demonstrates its power in its ability to capture something by leaping over it and grabbing it. The tiger pose is an imitation of this leaping over movement. Begin by standing still. Take a few deep breaths while imagining yourself as a tiger. When the visualization is complete, bend your knees slightly and rise up on your toe while reaching up and out until your arms are straight. Keep the claws down as if you have reached over and out to grab something. Maintain this position as long as you can. Hold the image without straining the body. Repeat as many times as it is comfortable. The tiger exercise can be found on the pages 58 to 59, and it is synchronized in addition to figure number 6, tiger exercise. The bear exercise. The bear is also a very powerful animal, but it is an animal of leisure as well. Bears eat well, sleep well, wander about slowly, and are rather lazy and unaggressive. Bears are left alone and are not teased because they have the strength, courage, and prowess to deal with any potential adversary. The bear represent those who have attained a high degree of physical and material comfort. They can be successful business executives sitting behind large desks. The bear exercise is recommended to aid the thought process, to aid conceptualization, and to instill decisiveness into decision making. The bear is associated with the earth element, and so this exercise affects the enzyme production of the spleen pancreas and the functioning of the stomach muscle. This exercise is therefore recommended for bad digestion, hyper and hypoglycemia, and diabetes. The power and strength of the bear becomes evident when it stands and walks on its hind legs. In this position, the most prominent physical feature of the bear also becomes obvious, its stomach, which protrudes outward and prevents the bear from walking straight. Begin this exercise by standing still. Take a few deep breaths while visualizing yourself as a bear. Then with legs stiff, stomach pushed out, arms sloping out in front, walk slowly forward. As you do this, you feel the movement of your abdomen and the stimulation of the area of the spleen pancreas. Continue walking this way as long as the image remains fixed in your mind. Repeat as many times as is convenient. You will find more information in the book, The Internal Exercises, on pages 59 to 60, synchronized with figure number 7, Bear Exercise. The Eagle Exercise. To the ancient Taoists, the flying eagle represented the spirit because of its godlike qualities, silence, serenity, and invisibility. The eagle is also an accomplished hunter. It soars effortlessly to great heights, and its sharp eyes are alert to all details of the landscape below. The eagle manifests its attributes of intelligence, alertness, and ease when it hunts. The eagle is associated with the metal element, so the eagle exercise stimulates the lungs, skin, and the large intestine. This exercise is useful in overcoming melancholy, forlornness, and depression, which can result from or cause lung problems. It is no coincidence that so many of the romantic poets and writers of Western literature suffered from tuberculosis. This exercise is recommended for the treatment of emphysema, asthma, as well as skin problems. Taoists consider the skin to be the third lung. Outstretched wings, effortlessly holding the eagle, aloft mark the eagle. The reader should also remember that when it is flying, the eagle's eyes are open and see everything. Begin the eagle exercise by standing still. Take a few deep breaths while imagining yourself an eagle. When the visualization is complete, begin to walk slowly with your arms held out to the side in a slant, or with your hands gently clasped behind you. As you walk, imagine you are an eagle, effortlessly floating through blue sky, untouchable, divine. Your body should be very relaxed, but your mind and eyes should be very alert, noticing everything without focusing on any one thing in particular. Continue the exercise as long as the mind does not wander. If it does, stop and begin again. Though this exercise can be performed anytime, anywhere, it is especially effective if done outdoors after the evening meal. The monkey exercise. To the ancient Taoists, the monkey, or ape, epitomized boundless activity, curiosity, and free will. The monkey is constantly active, whether on the ground, swinging in the trees, or leaping playfully about, uninhibited by any cultural conventions. The monkey is associated with the water element, so the monkey exercise stimulates the functions of the kidneys and bladder. This exercise is recommended for those feeling confined or restricted by circumstances in which there are lack of freedom. To the Taoist, willpower resides in the kidneys. The monkey exercise is also recommended for any problems involving the kidneys, bladder, and urinary tract. As the embodiment of free will, the monkey inspires an exercise that is freestyle in the broadest sense. This exercise is best done in private, as the presence of others might be inhibiting. Begin by standing or sitting. Take a few deep breaths while imagining yourself as a monkey. When the visualization is complete, kick off your shoes, throw off all your clothes, and begin to act like a little monkey. Sit on the floor, crouch in a chair, leap about, bounce up and down, hang upside down, or by one arm. Whatever is physically possible to do without strain or exertion. This exercise is completely freestyle. All the movements and actions should act out impulses and whims as they occur to you. Monkeys also rub and scratch themselves a great deal. You may do this also, especially in the area of the kidneys. You will find more information about this in the book, The Internal Exercises, on the pages 62 to 63, and it's synchronized with figure number 9, monkey exercise.
What the internal exercises have done for me is to create a kind of balance. I used to do this every day in my own morning ritual, and the reason for this is that I want to wake up, I want to meet the day, I want to be prepared, and these exercises simplifies everyday life in the way that I feel more relaxed, and it reduces stress. And that is why, for instance, the 12 nerve exercises is great when you really feel tense. So for me, this have been like practical tools I can use for myself, but also for my clients when that is suitable.